Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony and this is TC's Outdoors. And today is going to be a little different than kind of anything I've ever done. So we're going to talk about the tractor a little bit. That's a KIOTI CK3510 if you're new to the channel. I was tagged in a video from Academy Farms, and he's a new channel just starting out. I'm kind of new to his channel actually, to be honest with you. He's got a Kubota tractor and he's got a Countyline 40-ton splitter, so I think that's kind of how he stumbled on me. But I appreciate him tagging me in this. The video challenge is kind of, I guess it's the top 5 add-ons that you know, you do to your tractor to make it work for you, make it work best for your situation. And the first one I want to talk about is really when you're picking a tractor, there's a lot of different components that go into it, but the reason I chose a KIOTI is, one, the dealer is 11 miles from me. Two, the price point on a KIOTI I don't think can be beat as far as quality and fit and finish. You can get cheaper tractors, but I don't think that they're as well put together. And third, it's the options that it comes with. So when I ordered this tractor, you can get just a KIOTI CK3510 without the SE, or you can add the SE for the upcharge. Was like, it's minimal to the amount of things that it comes with. I think the floor mat basically covers the cost of the upgrade, and it comes with all kinds of features. So you end up with side mirrors, which they're pretty handy on the road. They're not so handy in the woods, as you might imagine. But you get 2 sets of rear remotes, which if you're going to add rear remotes to your tractor, it's $1,000, and they're super handy down the road. It's one of those things, like if you can add it early on, I don't really think you could go wrong. So that's why one of the reasons that I chose the SE, and it's definitely one of the reasons that I chose the KIOTI, is because it comes with so many things already equipped that for the price you really can't beat it. The quick attach is another thing that's standard, and it's not standard on all tractors, which is crazy because most implements on the front end now all come quick attach, but they do make tractors out there where you have to add that on, so it's another upcharge. So I'd say I'd keep that in mind when I was picking a tractor. But as far as #1 upgrade for me would be rear remotes that this package added. So I guess that would be my #1 thing, is the SE package with the rear remotes. It also has cruise control and a couple other things that you know, aren't huge, but they're nice to have. Upgrade #2 that I think is super critical is tire ballast. So this tractor, the dealer, it was free, I suppose. It was probably an upcharge included into the price, but I think most tractors are like that, especially with these little compact tractors, because they know that we as homeowners and fools, we are going to get on a little tractor like this and pick up way too much and go down a grade that's way too steep and probably put ourselves in some serious risk. So I think they make a habit of charging or upcharging or pushing the fact that the rear ballast is important in these tractors, and I'd have to agree 100%. This tractor, that sticker's kind of worn off, but I think it's like 517 pounds or so is what's in the tires, so another 250 pounds per side. It gets super tippy now with some of the logs that I pick up with the ballast in there. I can't imagine it without. So definitely #2 on my list is going to be rear tire weight. Upgrade #3 to my tractor was the third function valve. So when I bought this tractor, I had the third function valve installed, and I bought the grapple with it when I purchased it. So when we cleared this property to build a house, we were using a little Ford tractor. We had chain hooks that were mounted on the bucket, and we were chaining all the logs, and that's how we were hoisting them around and bringing them to the pile, and it worked. It took a long time. It was way more dangerous. About, I don't know, halfway through or so, I borrowed one of my buddy's tractors. He's got a much larger Massey, and it had a grapple on it, with a root grapple with a third function, and it was my first experience running the grapple, and at that point on, I wanted a grapple for the tractor as far as for moving wood, doing firewood, logs, anything in that nature. It's handy otherwise too. The root grapple is really nice for clearing land. You can get underneath the rose bushes and the brushy stuff on the bottom and just yank it right out. It's really nice. Also, the third function, around here we get snow. You know, depending on what part of the country you're in, it might not be really affect you, but it snows here, and it snows a lot. And not all the time, but when it does, it seems to dump quite a bit. And they do sell snowplow blades on the front They have a manual angle, but it would be a lot nicer to not have to get off. And now if I pick a blade up, I can run the third function and it'll angle the blade for me, and it'll be so much nicer. So yeah, upgrade number 3, third function valve. Okay, so that pretty much rounds out the 3 upgrades to the tractor that I've actually done, or I didn't actually do them, the dealer did them, but 3 upgrades that I feel that are important to the tractor, you know, would be obviously the SE package with this particular model of tractor, excuse me, with the rear remotes and all of the other features that you end up with. You really can't beat it for the upcharge. Rear remotes, the adjustable links on the bottom for the 3-point hitch, those in themselves are so nice. It makes hooking up the thing so easy. I don't have a quick mount or a quick hitch, which I've thought about getting, but I'm not really sure. For as often as I change what's on the back, it really probably wouldn't do me any good. So, but the third function, awesome, gotta have it. And the tire weight, for sure, gotta have that. So yeah, that's gonna do it. And then it moves on to implements. And in my opinion, the #1 implement that I've added to the tractor since I purchased it afterwards is the carryall. It's also the cheapest attachment that I've purchased, and it is super versatile. It really helps you. I can load firewood rounds into it. I built a chainsaw scabbard. If you're not familiar, I've got some other videos out there, but chainsaw scabbard right here, slide the saw in. It's got some PVC that I've just thrown in here so you can throw like your log roller and that kind of thing, and out to the woods I go. I can, you know, do my thing, cut down a tree or buck up a tree that's blocking the trail, cut it up into rounds, throw it in the back, haul it back, and I'm good to go. Also added the trailer hitch so that I can walk into it and smash my shin when I'm not paying attention. But otherwise, I added it so that you can handle, I can take the splitter with me. So if I go out in the woods, I want to split into the back, I can split right into the carryall. And I've got the bucket on the front, I can split into that. It kind of doubles your payload as far as coming back, and makes the trip a little more worth it. So definitely a worthwhile investment in my opinion. That's be upgrade number 4. Upgrade number 5. This upgrade is the most recent upgrade as far as attachments go. And if you haven't been following along, I just recently got these Pallet Forks for the tractor, and I would have to go back and probably change my mind a little bit if I had to do it all over again when I bought the tractor. I may have just gotten Pallet Forks in the beginning. It's a much cheaper option than the third function with the grapple. You can do quite a bit with these Pallet Forks. You can move logs. They are awesome to have around. I'll throw a clip in right now. I moved the wood off the boiler pad because we're going to get started on building that woodshed over there. And without the Pallet Forks, I would have had to restack everything, and well, actually I'd have thrown it all into the bucket and then taken it, dumped it on the ground, then picked it back up at a later date and then restacked it again. This way, I just threw it all on the pallets, as you guys can see. Threw it on the pallets, and I was able to lift. I did have to restack some of it, but it's not the end of the world. It saved me a ton of time. So Pallet Forks are absolutely very, very, very needed in my opinion. I can't imagine not having them now after having them. I'm so glad I got them. I mean, you can move everything from, I could pick the splitter up with them, I can move the chicken coop with them, I could pick up logs, you know what I mean, pallets, IBC totes. Obviously, IBC totes are where it's at. I would love to get some more. I'm hoping, you know, sometime in the future. But for right now, I've got all of these totes filled up, and I was able to move them, no problem. And I don't ever have to touch it again until I burn it, which is like worth its weight in gold. So Pallet Forks definitely are a worthwhile upgrade. So these are HLA brand, and they're adjustable 48-inch. They'll hold way more than my tractor would ever lift, so I am way safe there. But depending on your situation, when you're purchasing a new tractor, a grapple maybe isn't the best option. They're expensive, and the third function is another add-on, you know, another fee. And with these, you buy the forks and you're good to go. You can do, I mean, the Pallet Forks and a ratchet strap, you'll be able to move just as many logs as I can with the grapple. Probably not as easy, but you can still do it. So either way, upgrade number 5, in my opinion, a win would be the Pallet Forks. Okay, so there is my take on the top 5 tractor upgrades. And obviously these are my opinion, but hopefully you find some value in it. This is mainly, I use the tractor for firewood, and that's just about it. We don't really have a farm. I have a chicken coop, and someday I'd like to have, you know, some animals and raise some livestock, but right now everything I own looks like a jungle. So we've got more land clearing to do, and that's where the Coyote is going to come in handy. So either way, thank you very much for extending the invitation here, Academy Farms. If you guys haven't checked him out, I'll throw a link in the description for his channel. Go give him a check out. He's new in the YouTube business, but he's got some really good content. I really like his format, and I think you guys would like his stuff too. He's got a Kubota tractor, he's got a Countyline splitter, and he's just he's a wood hound. You know, he just does more tractors than wood, but that's all right. So either way, I'm going to extend this invitation out to Heath at Hardworking Man, and I think he's a good sport. He's got a Coyote tractor, and he'll play along. And I'm going to also, we're going big here. We're going to go with Adam at Hometown Acres. I don't know if Adam will play along, but either way, Adam's the reason I chose a Coyote tractor when I was coming down to the wire between the Coyote and the Kubota. He's done a ton of videos and very informative. He has a really good perspective on why the do's and don'ts of owning equipment and things like that. And if you haven't checked his channel, you definitely should. But so maybe Adam at Hometown Acres will give us his input on the top 5 upgrades of a tractor that he thinks are important. So either way, thanks for coming along. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. If you're into this kind of stuff, come on back. We're going to do some cutting later this afternoon. I'm going to get the new saw out, and you guys will get to see the new addition to the TC's Outdoors firewood situation. So either way, take care. Have a good day. Bye.